and welcome to Deep in the Bunker, where it is the Halloween special, where we're going to be decorating the house in a Mexican Day of the Dead style. We're also going to be making pumpkin pie, all those essential Halloween snacks that you need, including candy apples. And speaking of, let's go forage those apples. Oh, here we are back at my favourite apple tree, and these apples are absolutely perfect. They're golden delicious, and they want to lend themselves to making one great thing, and that is toffee apples, candy apples, whatever you want to call them. Let's go make them. Picking the absolute best here. And there we go. Within a few seconds, I've filled up my pockets, ready to make it. So here we are, back in the bunker, and we're about to get ready to make our toffee apples. So, primary ingredients is the apples, freshly foraged. 400 grams of sugar, half a lemon juice, and 4 tablespoons of golden syrup. Firstly, weigh out 400 grams of sugar. Add to your saucepan lemon juice. Now it's time for the golden syrup. 4 tablespoons. Finally, let's add a little bit of red food colouring to make those candy apples just so. Turn on the gas and put it on the stove to melt that sugar down. While your sugar is melting down and reaching consistency, could be a good time to wash your apples and skewer them, making sure not to prick your hand. Just give the pan a little stir as the sugar dissolves, making sure that all the ingredients are fully combined. Right, working very deftly, nimbly and quickly. It's time to make these apples into toffee apples. In the apple goes. Give it a twirl around. Try and get as much coverage as you can. Take it out. Even coating all over. Up on its end. And here we have it, the end result. Truly a most delicious toffee apple. Oh, good. It's not hard. It's toffee. It's so toffee it's sticking to the roof of my mouth. Just perfect. Treat the kids at Halloween and adults, of course. Alright, that was fantastic, but I know we can do better. Let's get in the kitchen, do some flapjacks, do some pumpkin pie, let's do some with the pumpkins as well. Let's get those seeds, scoop them out, and let's turn them into toasted seeds so we've got some healthy snacks to go with all the rest of the junk we're going to eat tonight. Alright, so let's start with the flapjacks. So let's start with the simple things. 250 grams of oats. Straight in there. Okay. For this recipe, I'm going to throw in a few bit of seed mix, some pumpkin seeds, some chia seeds, all that trash in there. Throw it in, make it a bit better. And something even better, fruit mix. So you mix the peel that you have left over, maybe from making your Christmas puddings, your mince pie, mince meat, whatever. Throw that in as well. Not exactly sure on the quantity of that one, but let's call it 100 grams. We'll follow this by 125 grams of sugar, in we go, 125 grams of melted butter, just here, straight in the pot. And of course we're going to finish it off with 3 to 4 tablespoons of lovely golden syrup, my favourite. At this stage, if you want to add some nutmeg or cinnamon just to jazz it up, you know, because it's Halloween, go for it. yeah, just make it how you want. I don't think there's any right or wrong to how you do a flapjack, whatever you use. Just keep that basic ratio in mind, 250 oats, 125 sugar, 125 butter. So if you're adding seeds like I've just done, you're going to have to up your butter and maybe even up your golden syrup slightly to make sure it's all bound together. So, pouring it out into the mold here now, and just simply press it down. I've got 8 by 12 here, and it seems to be filling it just fine. I want that sort of 3/4 inch depth, evenly all over, and then I'm just going to whack it in the oven. 15 minutes later, it's going to be ready. Awesome. Right, while that's cooling down, let's get on with our awesome pumpkin pie. And here we have a stupidly simple recipe to make go. I'm going to cheat this here slightly. Some people may call it cheating, I don't. Because last year I made it with fresh pumpkin. This year I'm using pumpkin puree. Not a pumpkin puree mix or pumpkin pie mix, purely pumpkin puree. So, in we go. 425 gram tin, straight in there. Okay, follow this up with condensed milk, so almost the same as 395 grams in there. Straight in. Let's add to this 1 whole egg and 3 egg yolks. Also, ground ginger. An 1/8 of a spoon. Cinnamon. 1 teaspoon. Half teaspoon of nutmeg, and half teaspoon of allspice. Mix it all up and stick it into a pastry case. So it's a very wet mix, and you'll probably think it's way too wet for what you want, but it's absolutely fine. That's looking lovely now. Let's stick it in a mould. So stick that to the side. I've got my pre-made pastry case here. Make your own or buy, it really doesn't make a difference. So in it goes, and fill it quite up. Right to the edge, and make it happy. Give it a magic little knock, and it's going to go into the oven. Now I've got a fair old mix left over, so what I'm going to do with that is stick it into a ramekin dish. So I've also got pumpkin pie, and I've got pumpkin cocotte. Cocotte, as the French say, a pastry-less sweet in a dish, as if you have eggs cocotte for breakfast. You know, eggs literally in a ramekin dish. It's perfect, and you can share it about, so you get those lovely individual portions. In with the cocotte, and gingerly in with our pumpkin pie. So this is going to take about... Alright, now we're going to see how that gets on. Hopefully take about 45 minutes. If it needs longer, I'm simply going to reduce the temperature on the oven, take from gas mark 7 down to gas mark 6 or 5, whatever, and leave it in longer. I'm not going to let this baby over bake and split. That is the worst thing that can happen to a pumpkin pie. So give it time and use your judgment. So now we've got about 45 minutes. Let's use it wisely and put up our Halloween decorations. Alright, I think I'm starting to feel those Mexican vibes. So let's get on and carve our pumpkins, and also use the seeds to make lovely toasted pumpkin seeds. Okay, Halloween, you couldn't be Halloween without pumpkins. So let's get on and extract these seeds and, work ourselves through the very tough skin. Now here comes the messy part. So spoon or hand, choose your weapon. Now that's what I want. let's rinse these off and get ready to toast them on a frying pan dry. Alright, let's get these babies into a dry pan. Cool. Get the water off them, get them dried out, and begin the toasting process. I say it's a dry pan, no oil, nothing else. Just going to rely on the natural oil that will come from the seeds. While those seeds are cooking away, let's get going with the popcorn. And for this, obviously you just couldn't get easier, could you? Oil, popcorn, sugar or salt, however you like it. Let's bake it. So, oil in the pan, just a little smidge to get it going. Get that pan up to temperature and let's put our popcorn in. So, 500-gram bag, about 250. Give it a stir, make sure all the popcorn is coated in the oil, and pop the lid on. Give it a few minutes, let's listen for our popcorn starting to go pop, and the magic really does happen, doesn't it? It's just a wonderful, evocative thing. Pop, 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 pop. Right, those pumpkin seeds are looking delicious. So, as I said, I wanted them toasted, not burnt. Brown is burnt, toasted is just on a slice of colour. And listen to this popcorn. So my seeds are looking good. Let's took them on tray to cool off. Just the perfect colour there, just perfect. And I'm going to throw some sugar in with my popcorn. So, before I get those, in it goes, lid back on, shake it up so it all gets a good coating, and in a couple of minutes time I'll take that out and stick it in a bowl. Let's carve up our flapjacks. So, onto the tray, get rid of that paper, and boy, you can see that's looking good. The seeds are in there, it's marvellous. So, let's work it out. How big is a flapjack? Yeah, it's a couple of fingers. Down, and carve. Right, flapjacks cut up. I reckon that's it with the popcorn. Ooh, that's a nice big bowl full. Oh yeah. And of course, oh bless, we've still got our pumpkin pie. And here she is, the absolute, the queen of the puddings, the pumpkin pie. So, down she goes. And let's not forget our pumpkin cocotte. This one's slightly cracked on top, but the pumpkin pie hasn't. So that makes me extra happy. And one final thing to do. Let's go carve our pumpkin. Well, hey, a bit of tidying up and this will be fine. But it doesn't matter how good or how rubbish your pumpkins turn out to be. It is the effort, it is the love that goes in that makes them special for you, your family, your kids, whatever. So, you know, however you're able to celebrate Halloween this year under such difficult circumstances that we are, do enjoy it with your immediate family, enjoy it with your friends, whoever's in your bubble, you know. And what can I say? This has been Deep in the Bunker. Stay safe, stay sane, take care, enjoy Halloween.